Hello, I'm Emmanuel Bach. I'm back with the 2-minute masterclass, and today it's Khachaturian Concerto, third movement. This concerto has such a strong flavour to it. It's unmistakably Armenian and unmistakably Khachaturian. And right from the big orchestral tutti at the start through to the solo violin main theme, which forms the basis of what is a kind of rondo form, it's a folk festival, and that spirit goes throughout almost all the movement, really. And it's a festival with dancing and folk fiddling, and the main theme is really a dance theme. And it seems straightforward enough, almost simple, but there's more to it than meets the eye. It's a rhythmical theme with different rhythmical components in legato and staccato. Now, it starts, of course, 2 legato notes, then 2 staccato notes, then more legato, but a triplet, then 2 staccato notes again. And that triplet already increases the energy and the playfulness of the first bar, more scherzando. Then we have a rhythmical cell, and then the accent, and that accent is vital to the character of the music. It adds spice, a folk unpredictability, and there's swirling and whirling and twirling and leaping in the dance, but the accent is the folk fiddler, adding a spontaneous spark. So it's really essential to understand all these components that make up the character of the main theme. Very important. As I've said, there's folk fiddling, and this is the first bit. That's the first bit of folk fiddling. Now, we need to really bring out this kind of folk character, and it's partly a technical aspect. We need to develop muscle memory. So it's a very simple opening and closing of the arm, giving an impulse on the legato, which also helps keep an energy and stops it sounding monotonous, like it just sort of into the string passage in any way. The idea of a celebratory last movement of concerto is nothing new in the 20th century. It goes back certainly to Mozart and even before. And the rustic element actually interestingly comes up in Mozart Concerto No. 4 with this drone. And then a little bit later, not in Beethoven, but in Brahms and Tchaikovsky, we have the rustic finale. And of course, full of folk music is the Scottish Fantasy by Bruch. So celebratory last movements. And of course, there's contrast, as well as some of the crazy kind of folk fiddling like this. We have some more sedate and lyrical music like this. And it's really vital that the vibrato kind of carries along the length of the bow and that we really sing with the bows. And although there's a staccato element in that theme, it mustn't dominate over the dolce character. Then a little bit later, we have, and actually just before that, we have this staccato. Up bow staccato. And it's really vital that this just sounds like a playful folk element, again, on the spot, but we need to understand it technically. It involves a lifting up of the fingers on the bow like that, and keeping the bow relatively close to the string. Eventually, after practicing it slowly first, it will almost be like the notes pick themselves up. And that gives, again, this folk energy and buoyancy which the music needs. Elsewhere, there's more passage work, and again, it's a case of developing muscle memory through patient practice on the string, really feeling the string. Even the off the string benefits from practicing on the string initially. I'm thinking, for instance, of here. And that we can just practice slower. Until we develop all the confidence that we need to do it at the actual tempo of the concerto. There's also another face of Khachaturian that we see, Khachaturian, as they say, in this concerto, and that is the epic kind of film scorer, or the writer of epic melodies. And I'm thinking of here. this is music. This is the soul of the Armenian people, the song of the Armenian people. And to me, it conjures up an image of horses. The Armenian highlands were actually famous for being places where horses were bred. They have a very old breed of horses that comes from there. And the orchestral accompaniment, the tum, 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 which also precedes that theme, to me it just makes me think of horses galloping along a plain with the sunset and an epic kind of scene. And with this theme that cuts across the ballet, with the cutting across of the ballet, we need to really draw the sound and make the most of that rhythmical difference there. It's little moments of nuance like that that really make the concerto come to life. And also, there's another lyrical moment here. It's vital to change the colour. Either a slide or somehow changing the colour. So it's a moment of magic, of, again, going into the soul of another nation. And of course, there's lots of passage work and brilliance. And at the very end, it's a question of essentially competing with the orchestra. And these chords need to be given their full length and absolute sonority, whereas the kind of lyrical epic theme, which I talked about, has to have this drawn sound. These need to be pulled out of the violin, these chords, and that will really bring an epic finale to an epic concerto. That's all for today.